good, YouTube? Ace of Hearts here again. We got the Suns Clippers. Shoot, we got the Suns Clippers game 5. Yeah, game 5. I already know what happened in this game. I know the Suns lost. I'm extremely frustrated that they lost, and I'm gonna have to talk about Chris Paul at the end of this video. But let's just go ahead and start the reaction video up. But yeah, we're gonna have to talk about Chris Paul at the end of this video. All right. PG with the ball. I hate. Is it just me? Good shot. Is it just me, or like, do y'all not like these new camera angles that they're trying to force? That's a really good move. I missed that one. I didn't see that. Yeah, like I don't like this. I don't like these camera views. Anyway, PG and 1. So the Clippers came out hot. Yeah, they came out really hot. They played with a sense of urgency. And the Suns as a whole, I'd say they played with a sense of urgency as well. But Chris Paul did not. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. Booker. Good shot. Yeah, he has. Booker went crazy. Didn't he? He had like 35, right? Or something? Payne. Good shot.
And what it does, though, it has a calming effect for the players also. He doesn't get rattled, so I'm not going to get rattled.
The Clippers are 7-0. The Clippers are 7-0 when Marcus Morris shoots better than 50% from the field. I didn't even know that.
Booker drives on Terrence Mann.
Booker, stop off the glass. That's professional.
The Clippers, you got to live with the Sarge 3.
Cousins inside, lays it up on a nice.
Oh yeah, they didn't even have Zubats.
Morris wanting it. Jackson drives, hits the rim, high off the glass, banks it in.
They were just getting anything they wanted.
The Suns did edge their way in there as the quarter went on. Devin Booker is starting to heat up. How do you make sure
look at that.
Turn into
Come on,
a
Chris.
fire by the end of this game?
Phoenix goes with a smaller center of 4 in Sarge.
Cameron Payne kicks it out. Nader,
good shot. I don't know. I honestly don't know if there's something wrong with Chris Paul, but he just didn't like. He doesn't look like he like.
Boy, it looked like George may have bumped and pushed off Nader.
Yeah, he did. He gets away with that all the time. I already talked about that. But nah, Chris Paul. He didn't like. He doesn't look. He doesn't look like Chris Paul. It's weird. I don't know.
On the bench right now.
Maybe it was the COVID protocol. I don't know. I know PG went crazy though. What do you have, like 40? I'm gonna talk about him briefly at the end of the video as well. Chris Paul, Booker. Booker's jump shot is really good. Like he has a very underrated jump shot.
Jackson, little razzle dazzle, drives on Johnson, off the glass, banks it home. Terrific move from
Reggie Jackson. Good. That's a good shot. And you know what makes Reggie Jackson so good? Like here, on the Pistons, he was kind of like a #1 option. On the Clippers, he's kind of like a number. What would we say, number 4 option when everyone's healthy?
Booker fakes, fires, three-pointer.
That's a good stop. That's a good stopping shot. That's a good. CP.
Gets inside, scoop layup, shot is good.
Good layup.
Chris Paul in double figures, 11 points, 5 assists. Bridges on the pull-up, 2-pointer is good.
Good shot.
Cut to 3.
As you did to start the game, I think right now the answer is no.
PG was just driving the whole game. Like they didn't make him pass.
To start the game. Chris Paul dashes inside.
They didn't force him into any tough shots. Good shot. It's good and 1.
Booker catch, shoot, short.
I don't know why Jay Crowder was like upset there. You can't run up on him as he's taking a shot, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Like they're not. Y'all don't. They. I think the Suns thought that the Clippers were just gonna lay down, cause like they're not. It's weird. They're just not playing like the Suns.
93% in the series. George,
I said CP. Paul George, good shot.
Cameron Payne dashes inside.
Cameron Payne, Euro.
Ayton calling for it. Double team, turns, shoots, and scores.
Good shot. Ayton should have been getting the ball the whole game.
Cam Johnson drives inside. Layup is good.
Good layup.
How will they defend it, and whose responsibility will it be?
And they have such size on the floor.
Pick and roll.
Torrey Craig, who didn't play last
You need to double that. You have to force him to. You have to make him a passer. Make somebody else beat you. Even if it's Reggie Jackson, make somebody else beat you. DeMarcus played really well too. I forgot to mention him. He had like, what did he have? Like 15 points. PG. Ooh. I didn't see that one. Good shot. I must have missed that one.
Finds Terrence Mann. Shot clock at 6.
Man.
The drive. Scoop layup won't go. Cousins missed. The second tip is good.
Yeah, he was hustling.
He's played all but 3 minutes so far. He did look like he tired at
DeMarcus.
the end of game 4. Terrence Mann inside. Layup is good. Jackson. Cross court Batum. Batum fakes. Batum drives.
Batum.
Pass inside to
Good
Cousins.
pass.
Cousins
And one.
counted and the foul.
Just too slow. You got to be better on rotations.
Booker nails it.
Booker, good shot.
But in the previous game, it was Zubac. They lived with the big defending the smaller guy.
Booker off screen.
Booker pulls up, jumper,
It's a good shot.
Morris picks up Chris Paul. Paul, crossover, got it. First two
Chris Paul should have been looking like matchups like that the whole fourth quarter.
George drives past Craig, goes inside, lays it up, and it
You got to double him.
picked up by Johnson. Morris in pursuit, layup is good.
And one.
We still have over 6.5 to play. George
PG.
back up top to
See?
Batum. Reggie Jackson,
You got to rotate. See?
in and out, and
You got to rotate faster, man.
Still now, back up by 9. Booker,
But I mean, that was good defense.
Craig drives,
He just hit a good shot.
layup is good as he goes.
That was forced, but okay, we'll take it.
Jackson long three.
Reggie.
Puts it in.
Good shot.
Reggie Jackson back throws it up to 8. Poked away by
That's why you can't, and that's another thing. You can't let the Clippers get a. You can't. Excuse me. You can't let the Clippers get a big lead to start the fourth quarter.
Over Bridges. Another.
Because they're not gonna go away.
This is the largest lead. Paul George
Like if you hit them, they're gonna hit you right back. Unless you just outwork them, which probably won't happen.
Chris Paul with a jumper. That's good.
He should have been looking for those kind of shots all night. All those mismatches. But yeah, 116-102. Paul George had a 40-point game, really good game. Now I'm gonna talk about Chris Paul and Paul George just briefly. Chris Paul, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel like it just doesn't seem like Chris Paul he had 22 points, but it's like he wasn't asserting himself on offense. Like he took 19 shots, which is more than Chris Paul usually takes, but he needs to take more. Especially in a closeout game, like these next 2 games, I expect that if it goes to 2 games, I expect him to be taking at least. I expect him to match Devin Booker, and he should be playing better. 0 for 6 from 3. He made all his free throws. Didn't foul much, didn't have a lot of turnovers, but it's like he wasn't asserting himself, and that's the problem that I have with Chris Paul. I don't feel like he really. When it matters for him to move on and like make his legacy, I don't feel like he really cares. And I mean, it kind of showed this game. Cause like you missed all your threes and you weren't assertive on defense, and you weren't assertive in the fourth quarter. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like he should do what he did against the Nuggets in the fourth quarter. Remember that game when he had like 37 points? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And Paul George. I'm seeing everyone on Instagram and Twitter just rave about Paul George, and that's cool and all. I mean, like he had a great game. But don't make it seem like he's been playing this good the whole series. If you look at the games that he's played, yes, he scored like 20 plus, and I'm pretty sure every single one of them. But look at the percentage from the field, and look at the help he's getting. Like it's not just Paul George. People see 20 points, but don't take into account that Paul George gets to the line a lot, and I'm not taking that away from his game. That's just a part of basketball. But I mean, just don't. I feel like Paul George is one of those players that like gets called a superstar, but doesn't get the superstar kind of like ridicule that he should. Like this series, he hasn't been playing well. This was his best game. This was his one. This was his one great game of the series. Those other games before that, the 4 games before that, those were not great games. But I'm not gonna take anything away from it. I just don't like when the media switches sides and just forgets about everything that happened in the past. But that's just me. Let's just take a look at these stats real quick, just briefly. Paul George 41, 13, and 6. 75% from the field, 50% from 3. Made all his free throws too. Marcus Morris put in 22. Reggie Jackson put in 23. DeMarcus Cousins put in 15. Another game where they didn't shoot as well as they usually do from 3. They only missed 1 free throw though. And for the Suns, Booker had 31. He didn't shoot well from the field either, but he got to the line and at least he was assertive. Like the shots that he was missing, those will usually drop. The shots that he was missing will usually drop. Chris Paul 22, 8 assists. Didn't make a 3. Yeah, 6 for 6 from the line. Just wasn't assertive to me. He just wasn't assertive enough. I'm trying to see what the distinguishing qualities were between the two teams. Clippers had 9 turnovers. Suns had 14. The rebounds are pretty even. Steals, Clippers had more. Assists, Suns had more. I'm trying to figure out what it is that's different between the two teams. Okay, the Clippers just made a lot more field goals. That's what it was. Clippers made 46 field goals. Suns only made 38. And the Suns shot 45% from the field. Clippers shot 55% from the field. Okay. Because the threes are pretty much the same as well. 9 for 26, 35% from 3 for the Suns. 10 of 30, 33% for the Clippers. So, yeah, they made more. The Suns made more free throws too than the Clippers. So it was really just the field goals. But yeah, man, it's been your boy Ace of Hearts. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know who you think is gonna win Game 6. Let me know if you think it's gonna go to a Game 7. Let me know if you think Paul George can have another great game like this, and let me know if you think Chris Paul is gonna like not be assertive again. And let me know if you think there's something wrong with him, because I think there's something wrong with him. He doesn't look like he doesn't. It's weird. He just doesn't look as engaged as he usually is. But yeah, man. As always, I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.